Welcome to Audio Circular for Visually Impaired. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. You will be notified upload the new video. Thank you.
नमस्कार। ऑडियो सर्कुलर फॉर विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड की चैनल में मैं तन्वी आपका स्वागत करती हूँ। दोस्तों, आज हम डिसेबिलिटी एक्ट 2016 के तीसरे अध्याय का यानी कि थर्ड चैप्टर का अध्ययन करेंगे और साथ ही साथ चौथे अध्याय का भी। तो ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए शुरू करते हैं हमारा तीसरा अध्याय, चैप्टर थर्ड, एजुकेशन। 16th point, duty of educational institutions. The appropriate government and the local authorities shall endeavour that all educational institutions funded or organized by them provide inclusive education to the children with disabilities, and towards that end shall 1. Admit them without discrimination and provide education and opportunities for sports and recreation activities equally with others. Second, make building, campus and various facility accessible. Third, provide reasonable accommodation according to the individual's requirements. Fourth, provide necessary support individualized or otherwise in environments that maximize academic and social development consistent with the goal of full inclusion. Fifth, ensure that the education to persons who are blind or deaf or both is imparted in the most appropriate languages and modes and means of communication. Sixth, detect specific learning disabilities in children at the earliest and take suitable pedagogical and other measures to overcome them. Seventh, monitor participation progress in terms of attainment levels and completion of education in respect of every student with disability. Eighth, provide transportation facilities to the children with disabilities and also the attendant of the children with disabilities having high support needs. 17th point, specific measures to promote and facilitate inclusive education. The appropriate government and the local authorities shall take the following measures for the purpose of section 16, namely: A. To conduct survey of school-going children in every 5 years for identifying children with disabilities, ascertaining their special needs and the extent to which these are being met, provided that the first survey shall be conducted within a period of 2 years from the date of commencement of this act. B. To establish adequate number of teacher training institutions. C. To train and employ teachers, including teachers with disability who are qualified in sign language and braille, and also teachers who are trained in teaching children with intellectual disabilities. D. To train professionals and staff to support inclusive education at all levels of school education. E. To establish adequate number of resource centers to support educational institutions at all levels of school education. F. To promote the use of appropriate augmentative and alternative modes, including means and formats of communications, braille and sign language, to supplement the use of one's own speech to fulfill the daily communication needs of persons with speech, communication or language disabilities, and enables them to participate and contribute to their community and society. G. To provide books, other learning materials and appropriate assistive devices to students with benchmark disabilities free of cost up to the age of 18 years. H. To provide scholarships in appropriate cases to students with benchmark disabilities. I. To make suitable modifications in the curriculum and examination system to meet the needs of students with disabilities, such as extra time for completion of examination paper, facility of scribe or amanuenses, exemption from second and third language courses, etc. J. To promote research to improve learning, and K. Any other measures as may be required. 18th point. Adult education. The appropriate government and the local authorities shall take measures to promote, protect, and ensure participation of persons with disabilities in adult education and continuing education programs equally with others. Chapter 4th. Skill development and employment. 19th point. Vocational training and self-employment. First, the appropriate government shall formulate schemes and programs including provisions of loans at concessional rates to facilitate and support employment of persons with disabilities, especially for their vocational training and self-employment. 2. The schemes and programs referred to in subsection 1 shall provide for a. Inclusion of person with disability in all mainstream formal and non-formal vocational and skill training schemes and programs. B. To ensure that a person with disability has adequate support and facilities to avail specific training. C. Exclusive skill trainings programs for persons with disabilities with active links with the market for those with development, intellectual, multiple disabilities and autism. D. Loans at concessional rates including that of microcredit. E. Marketing the products made by persons with disabilities. And F. Maintenance of disaggregated data on the process made in the skill training and self-employment including person with disabilities. 20th point. Non-discrimination in employment. 1. No government establishment shall discriminate against any person with disability in any matter relating to employment, provided that the appropriate government may, having regard to the type of work carried on in any establishment by notification and subject to such conditions, if any, exempt any establishment from the provisions of this section. 2. Every government establishment shall provide reasonable accommodation and appropriate barrier-free and conducive environment to employees with disability. 3. No promotion shall be denied to a person merely on a ground of disability. 4. No government establishment shall dispense with or reduce in rank an employee who acquires a disability during his or her service, provided that if any employee after acquiring disability is not suitable for the post he was holding, shall be shifted to some other post with the same pay scale and service benefits, provided further that if it is not possible to adjust the employee against any post, he may be kept on a supernumerary post until a suitable post is available or he attains the age of superannuation, whichever is earlier. 5th. The appropriate government may frame policies for posting and transfer of employees with disabilities. 21st point. Equal opportunity policy. 1. Every establishment shall notify equal opportunity policy detailing measures proposed to be taken by it in pursuance of the provisions of this chapter in the manner as may be prescribed by the central government. 2nd. Every establishment shall register a copy of the said policy with the Chief Commissioner or the State Commissioner as the case may be. 22nd point. Maintenance of records. First, every establishment shall maintain records of the persons with disabilities in relation to the matter of employment, facilities provided and other necessary information in compliance with the provisions of this chapter in such form and manner as may be prescribed by the central government. Second, every employment exchange shall maintain records of persons with disabilities seeking employment. Third, the records maintained under subsection 1 shall be open to inspection at all reasonable hours by such persons as may be authorized in their behalf by the appropriate government. 23rd point, appointment of grievance redressal officer. First, every government establishment shall appoint a grievance redressal officer for the purpose of section 19 and such information the chief commissioner or the state commissioner as the case may be. This shall be informed about the appointment of such officer. Second, any person aggrieved with the non-compliance of the provisions of section 20 may file a complaint with the grievance redressal officer, who shall investigate it and shall take up the matter with the establishment of corrective action. For corrective action. Third, the grievance redressal officer shall maintain a register of complaints in the manner as may be prescribed by the central government, and every complaint shall be inquired within 2 weeks of its registration. Fourth, if the aggrieved person is not satisfied with the action taken on his or her complaint, he or she may approach the district level committee on disability. End of chapter 4.